So sinzi AFC ushaka yindi kiba mu biganiro na M23 urenze kuba iri represented na leta y'u Rwanda kandi biri very well structured with evidence ko ni proxy group ya Rwanda. So niba u Rwanda ruri mu biganiro, you cannot exclude it. I think interest zayo ziri well watched. Abayitangiye ari nabo bayitera inkunga, ari nabo bayishyigikira mu buryo bw'i logistic, ari nabo bayiha support ijyanye na manpower aho biri necessary. They are well represented on all structures ya muri Amerika ya muri Qatar, and I think yeah, it's high time kugira ngo abantu barebe the reality of the war. The war is not about IFC, it's not about Congolese Tutsis, it's not about the suffering, it's about minerals. Ni nayo mpamvu no mu byo bari kuganira n'abanyamerika bari gushyira imbere inyungu zabo za minerals kubera ko bari muri trade war n'abashinwa. So ibi ni ibintu twavuze imyaka myinshi ishize behind, ariko of course hari ababyumva hari n'abanga kubyumva ku bushake. Nyeka ko dukwiriye kubikuramo isomo cyane ko bibaye bamwe muri twebwe turi bakuru noneho enough to understand exactly what is happening kurusha kubirwaniramo. Of course aba defendingaga interests za AFC M23 hano ku mbuga nkoranyambaga, bamwe muri bo babibirivingiramo, they believe in the cause of the group, ariko noneho bakibagirwa ko bakoreshwa nka pawn muri game nini cyane. So nyeka ko nabo bakwiye kubikuramo isomo bakamenya ko they can find solutions batisunze external support, kuko akenshi support zituruka external ntabwo ziba zije kubafasha, ziba zije ahubwo kuba benefitingaho. So jewe nizera ko, and it's factual, hari ibimenyetso bigaragaza ko muri Congo abatutsi n'abantu bavuga ururimi rw'ikinyarwanda bahohoterwa mu buryo bumwe cyangwa ubundi. Nizera ko akwiriye kugira igikorwa kugira ngo babe safe mu gihugu cyabo, yaba kuri local level muri DRC, yaba kuri
Samuel ngo deny icyo kintu. Barambwira ngo utajya ubuza Samuel kuzajya adinayinga ko abatutsi bagira ikibazo muri DRC.
Ntabwo njya, I don't care much about what people say about me.
Ngendi kukubwira jewe nawe
nyine ubwo ababivuga nuko babireba ariko bitandukanye ngiye nuko mbizi kandi
there is a problem there.
So I think that is a problem that needed to be handled very carefully by the entire DRC ndetse na regional bodies ndetse n'izi nama barimo bakabaye bagerageza kubishyira kuri table at least bikabonerwa igisubizo kugira ngo abatutsi cyangwa se abavuga ururimi rw'ikinyarwanda batuye muri DRC babeho neza badahutajwe mu gihugu cyabo. Unfortunately interest zabo zishobora kutaba represented kuri table kubera ko abicaye kuri table ikibashishikaje ni biri mu butaka bwabo. So yeah, muri M23 nka group harimo abantu bizerera muri ideology ya M23 iyo kwishira kwizana yo kurwana no kwibohora no kubaho neza mu gihugu cyabo, ariko abo bantu ntago bazi n'uburyo M23 yabaye funded, n'uburyo yabaye formed, n'uburyo yabaye moved. So barakoreshwa muri interest zabo, ni nayo mpamvu nk'aya masaha they cannot advance. Kigali iri kwicarana na DRC bakumvikana ibyo bumvikanye. Of course biri muri interest, Kigali igomba kugira interest nini. I was told with a source ko migration deal yagombaga kuba between UK n'u Rwanda ishobora gushiftinga ahubwo ikaba between US n'u Rwanda. So still u Rwanda rukaguma rubenefitinga on that. Harimo izo minerals abanyamerika bagiye ku extractinga bikitwa ko bazanye amahoro. Of course birahabana gahenge, ariko it is not the real problem. So iyi ntambara rwose jewe niba ruka ariyo it's the first intambara zibaye inshuro eshanu like u Rwanda rwemvedinze Congo 5 times over 1994 ariko it's my first time to cover this conflict directly and extensively, so at least byanyigishije byinshi kandi nkeka ko n'abantu bari hano mu buryo buri objective bitarimo guhangana buri muntu yakagerageje kugira ikintu akuramo nk'isomo and again guhagarara very firmly on what they believe. I think abakongolese baba marginalized cyangwa bicwa cyangwa babuzizwe uko bavutse ibyo bavuga aho batuye bakwiriye kwishakamo igisubizo kidafite external influence cyane ko external
nose
influence
kubera iki
itajya bari
leta
president
kubera iki leta itaturindira umutekano mbere yuko twishakemo igisubizo kimeze guteza duhunge
yes
tugume mu
leta
gihugu
kutakurindira
tubwire babaho gute kugira ngo uri kutubwira ngo twishakemo igisubizo kimeze gute tubwire.
yeah, let me explain to you. Leta kutakurindira umutekano iyo ni weakness yayo kandi biri mu nshingano zawe nk'umuturage democratically to fight for your rights democratically with principles. Either you can start a political movement internally mu gihugu, either you can join opposition leadership and support it and change the government and push for your rights, either you can educate kubera ko abantu benshi uburenganzira bwabo buhonyorwa niba byiteho nuko baba batazi ko ari uburenganzira bwabo. So you can even focus on educating the youth, the young people to understand their rights mu buryo buri detailed, akamenya uburenganzira bwe na obligation zize. So then iyo umuntu azi uburenganzira bwe biragora ko umuntu yabuhonyora ngo amwihorere. So
ukiri aho ngaho sama ndabizo umunyamakuru ariko nanjye mbabarira noneho kino kiganiro cyane.
Let us try to speed up. I have an appointment somewhere.
Can you give me like 2 minutes? Let me ask this question at least.
Yes.
Please give me some opportunity. Let me ask this question. Mr. Samuel Baker. Ndi kukumva kandi ufite ikibazo wavuze ati bagomba kwigadaringa bakaba bajya muri political parties ziri mu gihugu ziri muri opposition cyangwa ziri muri position hanyuma bakirwanaho kugira none se ni ikihe cyaha nk'umunyagihugu avuze ngo let me be like kubera ukuntu mpohoterwa namwe abanyarwanda mwabaga mu mahanga namwe mwatashye ntabwo mwatashye kubera ko mwagiye kuvuga ubutumwa mwatashye kubera mwafashe intwaro kubera ko wenda igihugu kitabumva icyo gihe kumva ko uwo mukongomani nawe aravuze ati these people nta rundi rurimi bumva kubera ko mu myaka irenze 30 nta munsi turabona habayeho OIM UNHCR na holding countries bavuga ngo reka ducyure impunzi noneho tukabona obstacle zabayeho hahora habaho gusa intambara n'ibyo tubona ariko ntabwo tujya tugira ko twebwe tubikurikiraniye inyuma tuhita tumenye ngo aba bahungu sometimes cyangwa abene wacu barwana kubera ko nta witayeho bakavuga ngo enough is enough reka tujye dushaka dushire kuki tumva ko natwe tuvuga ngo kwebwe abatutsi bo muri Kongo tukavuga ngo reka n'ubundi nta muntu tureba nta muntu twitayeho reka natwe twirwaneho tugende dusubire kandi muri Kongo kwera icyo kintu nose kugira ngo ibyo bintu bicike wumva tudakwiriye natwe kurwana nko namwe mwarwanye cyangwa abarundi b'abatutsi bashaka kuzarwana cyangwa abahemu bo muri turi nabo bafite ikibazo cyacu anyway niko bimeze bakwiriye nabo kurwana ubyumva bute kubera iki utajya wumva ko mwebwe mwari mufite right yo gutaha ariko twebwe nabo dufite right yo gutaha kandi namwe mwafashijwe na allies bo hanze Uganda yafashijwe na allies bo hanze ariko byatugeraho twebwe bikaba ishano ngo twakoze ishano kubera iki mutajya mutwumvira ko natwe turi abantu nkamwe murakoze.
Yeah, it's pity that to a opposition. Personally, I don't believe in violence. I believe in resistance.
Okay.
ntabwo nizera ko kurwana ari umuti w'ikibazo, ahubwo nizera ko resistance mu buryo buri political ideology birimo practical than ibintu byo kujya mu mashyamba kurwana kuko byica abantu, and you cannot really have a structure ishobora kugarura ikiguzi. Urafata nk'urugero nk'iyi ntambara imaze iminsi muri Congo, within January and February Igoma hapfuye abantu benshi cyane, and now people are on table discussing minerals. Bantu bapfuye bameze nk'udusimba dutoya tudafite agaciro imbere yabo, and trust me, no one will be held accountable for those crimes. So of course muri 90 isi yari itandukanye no muri 2025. We are in a different century, ibintu bikorwa mu bundi buryo. Kera information ntabwo yageraga ku bantu, byabaga byoroshye kumanipira abantu using propaganda. Ubu ngubu hari access to information iri ku rwego rwo hejuru global, na leta ya mbere kubwayo birayigora kumanipira abantu. Na n'ubu nabaze ndi kubona muri groupe z'abanyamakuru bari gushakisha content y'amasezerano agomba gusinywa ku munsi w'ejo hagati y'abakongomani n'u Rwanda, and everyone is like, kubera iki leta ya Amerika iri kuba very secretive about it, and it's obvious babifitemo inyungu. Ariko noneho ikibazo kiri ngo kubera iki they are not transparent if it really matters and if it's about peace. Ntabwo bagasinye ngo principles niba yatangaze exactly in detail what is on the principles signature. Ntabwo bakagiye muri
agomba gusinyira.
Pardon?
Kisekete ntabwo arasinya, bagomba kumenya ibyo bagomba gusinyira.
Gusinya bizaba ejo according to the record, the principles zihari. Of course abanyapolitiki bashobora kuba babizi ku ruhande rwa Congo cyangwa rw'u Rwanda, kuko nibajya gusinya bataraba kubisomamo. Ariko transparency is not about politicians, is about people understanding what is being done by their government. No kuvuga bikwiriye kuba public ku buryo abaturage babimenya, ahari freedom of expression bakabidebatinga, bakandastandinga positivities birimo. Yewe ndetse ushobora no gusanga n'ibi muri kudiscussinga ngo AFC ntabwo iri represented on the paper. So to me, I nkuko nahoze mbivuga and how I understand it, and it is through experience. Ntabwo ari ibintu nabwiwe, ni ibintu nize the hard way, the very hard way, with ikiguzi gikomeye cyane, cyaba ku buzima bwanjye busanzwe, cyaba kuri social life yanjye isanzwe, cyaba ku buzima bw'umuryango wanjye, cyaba ku my career. So nize ko this the whole structure, ibintu byose bibera hariya bishingiye kuri minerals. That's where people are looking at. That's their benefits. And now we are here. Of course, kuri table mu bintu biri kuvugwa ntabwo bari kuvuga ikibazo M23 yahoraga ivuga, dufite abatutsi bameze nabi, bari kutwica, bari kuduhora uko twavutse. No one is bringing it on table, not because they don't know, but because it's not the main issue here. It's not the main issue here. Main issue nari yamabuye ni mitungo kamere Kongo ifite. So I think abakongomani cyane abo mu bwoko bw'abatutsi cyangwa abavuga ururimi rw'ikinyarwanda bakwiriye kugira strategy irimo dependent kuri bo, ari bo bayifiteho control kurusha uko amaleta ari external ayigeraho control. No kuvuga you can even start your revolution ariko someone from external akayihijackinga. So ntabwo tuvuze ko abantu bari muri M23 bose ari abanyarwanda, ariko hari ibimenyetso bigaragaza ko u Rwanda playing a big role ndetse rukohereza abasirikare benshi cyane gusupportinga this group. So no kuvuga na cause ya M23 ishobora kubirizwamo mu gihe external forces mu Rwanda za hijackinze scene yabo cyangwa se cyo basaba. So at this point twakabaye tubona M23 yicaranye na leta ya Congo aribo bari kuganira kugira ngo babone igisubizo, but turi kubona leta y'u Rwanda na leta ya Congo, and it's going to be like that for a couple of days, I believe. So
Thank you,
yeah,
Mr. Samuel
it's it's
Baker.
it's a huge lesson. Let me hope n'abandi muri kwiga. Let us be positive when we are
No.
approaching
There's
these
no.
kind of
Look, I'm ready.
situations.
There's no any Tutsi problem on the table. Not going.
Sanjay, what I'm trying to say, I don't care of what they have on table, because what I know very well, the cycle of violence igomba gukomeza kubera ko ntabwo Kagame wamukura muri Congo, ntabwo bishoboka. So there is
Actually,
one way or another that cycle of violence igomba gukomeza.
no.
So what I just want to tell the community, maybe the congressional platform here, is that it's high time we reason like responsible citizens. It's high time we take risks for our countries.
Oh, to
It's
do
high
what?
time risks. If I take a huge risk for my country, I take a huge one.
And then what?
Ntabwo ngira social life nk'iyawe.
What do you now? What do you mean by that?
What I mean by taking huge risks for your country is
But
in your
muri
position.
country
Mukazi
yanjye
ukora.
narize ngo icyaha.
Nose kumbaza nagusubiza ukahita umvugiramo. Can you keep quiet and I respond?
No, please. Mwafunze mikro zanyu. Remigo
Nyine,
funga
can
mikro.
you listen to me? Uri kumbaza what can I do?
Remigo funga mikro.
Ukangatamo
Ntabwo ari
naragusubiza. Then
jyewe banza wumve. Mute his mic.
the message is half sent if umuntu ari kuvuga ukahita umuvugiramo at a certain point.
Ntabwo
So
ari
just ask
jyewe
your
please
question, I respond
byasakuje
to
nariho
it.
nkubaza mbwira. Wowe ku giti cyawe. Message ushaka kohereza ni iyi. Atari ya revolution yo gukuraho ubutegetsi bwo mu Rwanda kameme.
Revolution nagaru gukuraho ubutegetsi. You can change your mind. That's a revolution.
Okay.
You can change the way you see things. That's a revolution. You can change the perspective. That's a revolution. It doesn't have to change government. But you can. I'm an activist, bro. Ndi umunyamakuru nkaba n'umu-activist, if you didn't know.
Okay. Ushaka gukuraho ubutegetsi se cyangwa ushaka guhindura ibintu?
Activism is not about gukuraho ubutegetsi. It's about. Okay. Let me explain to you. Activism is about fighting for your rights.
Okay. Like me
and defending your rights. So defending your rights, tugira icyo twita hari uburenganzira bwanjye ngombwa, hari n'uburi basic noneho. Uburi basic rero I have to stand for it kubera ko nabufite ubuzima bwanjye bugira ikibazo. Then ubutari basic nshobora kubuharanira, ariko how do I know ko ari uburenganzira bwanjye? Of course, when you change your mindset and you understand that ubuntu uburenganzira bwanjye and you start defending your rights, already you have made a revolution in your mindset. So revolution is not about changing any government. Revolution is telling your government that you are our employees.
Government
and that's what I'm trying to say. Not only from the Rwandan perspective, no kuri Congolese perspective. Abakongomani bakwiye kugira iyo revolution mu mitwe yabo, and they understand how they can hold their government accountable. What about umunyamurenge cyangwa umututsi gutangira ishyaka riri political akaritangirira Kinshasa and sell the idea to the whole country? What about that? What about standing for their rights? No one will kill us in our country, but not fighting. But we are going to revolt, to strikes, but we are not going to allow someone to kill us in our country. We see that in South Africa, where Black African stood up for their land. We see that in countries in Kenya. We saw the Gen Z in June last year, where just urubyiruko rwishize hamwe with the help of internet managed to even storm the parliament and stop the finance bill, which was supposed to take control of the economic.
Come back, sir, and you know that I respect you, young man.